Yes, good evening, lovely people. It's yet another Friday, and I welcome you to Top Politics on TopAfric Radio Hamburg. Yes, today, as usual, I will get my guests joining me both streaming on live Zoom and also in-house. But before I kind of get them into the studio or like log them into the studio, okay, as usual, I will entreat all of you to join the program by sharing and liking and also, okay, contributing, asking comments and stuffs like that. And I always say that, okay, politics is not about insult, it is about sharing of ideas and nation development or global development. Okay, if you disagree with somebody, doesn't mean that the person might not be right. Okay, it is up to you to sell your idea or your policy for the masses. If they buy onto yours, that means that you would rule the country or the globe within that time. Yes, but today, I just want to share something small with you people. All right. In fact, this is so touching to me. All right, or this is dear to me, and I feel that I need to let my viewers and listeners to hear my side of the story or my part of this whole story that is going on in my country, Ghana. Yes, in recent times, the issue of Galamsey has emerged again, and a lot of people are talking about it. And there is a series of demonstrations going on, which is one of the topics I'm going to talk about today. But personally, I think I share with one person or that school of thought that says that you see, this Galamsey menace has not been tackled right. And I'm beginning to buy into that school of thought. Why? Because, okay, since I got to know about what is called Galamsey or illegal mining, okay, and all the challenges or benefits we are getting out of it, okay, I have made an in-depth thoughts about it. And this is it. Look, Ghana, per our system and per our setting, cannot get rid of Galamsey or illegal mining if the people at the communities are not actively and strongly involved. This manners has been approached, or the solution that we have seen largely in Ghana is always from bottom to top. The president should do something about it. The president should make a statement about it. The president should talk about it. The president should throw military and security agencies there. There should be policies. Yes. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, okay, viewers, you might correct me. If my memory will serve me right, let me just take it up from our former president, John Atamos. How he started to fight this menace to this current president, Nanado. And it keeps on coming up each day, each time. There is a lot of policies that are in place to the extent that the current government is talking about community mining. And yes, though there is some kind of little improvement or acceptance. No, I'll not even call it improvement, but acceptance of this community mining. But we still see these water bodies and forest reserves being destroyed. By who? In fact, who are those involved? The community people, the youth. So let me give an example. Okay, if you should take somewhere like my village, I always say Mankaninja, so where there is gold in the land or under the land. Okay, I'll first start with the land tenure system that we have as a country. Government doesn't own land. It is the community that owns land. And when I say community, I mean stool lands, family lands, customary lands, and stuffs like that. So more or less, the lands belong to individuals. And they have the right, or per our laws or land tenure system now, they have the right to decide what they want to do with their land. So if somebody has a cocoa farm and decides to clear the cocoa plants on it and to use it for something, legally he is right. Nobody is going to hold him against that. Number two, okay, these same community people are those involved in the galamsey in the sense that, okay, look, the chiefs are aware. In fact, there are those who take customary, or like I will call it traditional royalties, to allow people to go into these lands to do this mining. And when the mining starts, yet again, they would engage the community people, the women, the children, the youth, to do the digging, to do the washing, to do the carrying, anything labor. Let me come to the security agencies. Per the structures of Ghana, there is no district or community that the police system or hierarchy doesn't touch. But yes, still you see all these people there, and these illegal acts are still going on. Let me go to the political aspect of it. There is no district or municipal in Ghana that doesn't have a chief executive, a representative of the president. But yes, we see all these things happen. There is no community without an imam or a pastor or a traditional worshipper or comfort or barakaba or whatever you might call the person. We have all these people there, and yes, still these things are going on, and we only make noise at the top. What are their involvement? How willing are they to stop this illegal act? Yes, some might associate it to the fact that, yes, there are no jobs. Is that the alternative? All these lands we are clearing down doing this mining are all fertile lands that can farm. And we are not doing that. Look, like I said, this is my opinion. No government, no president will succeed with this fight if the people at the base, and I mean at the community, are not willing to stop it. So I would say, whether you demonstrate today in Accra, you demonstrate tomorrow in Kumasi, and the people in Prestia Huni Valley, the people in Mankanen Jaso, the people in Tona, the people in Bongo or Tongo or Samere Boy will not stop involving in that act. If you want, I used to support the shoot to kill agenda, but I have seen that it will not also work. So bring anything, it will not still hold. If the people don't hold on to the idea of that, we are going to stop it and jump onto, will I call it a lucrative way of earning an income. Please, the youth of Ghana, look, you are those found in those pits, digging and bathing yourself and extracting gold. Yes, it is a fact that in Ghana we don't have so many jobs to cover everybody. Equally in Germany or anywhere else, there is unemployment anywhere or everywhere. Yes, the rating might be different, but remember, you are destroying your future. And the politician, including myself, will come, talk, bring policies, because he is sitting in Accra and Kumasi. My appeal, the youth of Ghana, wise up with this issue of illegal mining. At least if you want to do it right. And stop spoiling the water bodies. Are we even normal? with that act. Anyway, I'll leave it here, and I'll pause for a break, and I'll come back with my guest in studio. But don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and also contribute so that the discussion will be more interesting and also interactive. Like I said, today we will be discussing issues of the Galamsey, and also we'll look at the aftermath of the IPAC meeting and also matters arising leading to the elections 2024 in Ghana. Yes, the political parties met with the EC, and I mean the Electoral Commission, to discuss issues pertaining the voters register and ways forward. So, we would allow...
Greetings from Hamburg. My name is Teresa Edu from Akwaba Travel and Tours Hamburg. If you want holiday packages, you are free to come to our office. If you want tickets all over the world, our ticket sales is global. You can also follow on us for visa services, and for our Ghanaian fellows, you can apply Ghana passports here in our office, Vansbecker to say 15C. We are at the U-Bahn station, Vatinal. You can also reach us per telephone +49 176 416 27723. Email us at info@aquaba-tours.com. Visit our website www.aquabatravelandtours.com. Thank you. Greetings from Hamburg. My name is Teresa Edu from Akwaba Travel and Tours Hamburg. If you want holiday packages, you are free to come to our office. If you want tickets all over the world, our ticket sales is global. You can also follow on us for visa services, and for our Ghanaian fellows, you can apply Ghana passports here in our office, Vansbecker to say 15C. We are at the U-Bahn station, Vatinal. You can also reach us per telephone +49 176 416 27723. Email us at info@aquaba-tours.com. Visit our website www.aquabatravelandtours.com. Thank you.
Yes, welcome back to the studio again. And like I said, it's a Friday evening and you are with TopAfric in Hamburg. Yes, you've joined the Top Politics show with me, Sita Abdul Halik, the eagle they popularly call me on air. And today, like I always say, I have my guest here, Mr. Charles Mensah, who represents the NDC. He's in-house. And we will be joined by Mr. Opon Odiko from Berlin. Yes, I think he's on his way, but I think he will first join by Zoom. Yeah, so before I even give them the opportunity to do their opening remarks, I would still want to say a very big thank you to my director, Mr. Desmond, and also, my very good friend. You see, I'm repeating the very, okay. El Chalmano. Okay. Eunice, wherever you are, I give you shout outs and I say, may God bless you for all that you have been doing for me, at the corner. Okay. I do appreciate it so much. Mr. Michael Dia. Yes, one of my backbones when it comes to TopAfric. Okay. I say thank you. And may God bless you too. Yeah, to the producer himself, the Superman, Mr. Johnny. Yeah, the man who is always behind me and making sure that things are done right. I say thank you to them. And I just want you to know that these people are backing me at the background to make sure that this program is a success. And also, we improve upon whatever we do and say here in-house, and also to lead to what nation development. Yes, Mr. Charles, how are
Well, and I hope you also do well.
you? Yes, I'm doing very well.
Thank
Yes,
God.
you are live with us today.
Yes.
Last week you couldn't make it.
Yes, last week, due to one or two reasons, I had to join via online. And today, as I promised of coming to the studio, I have honored my promise by coming to the studio to also partake in this program. So it was unfortunate that last week I was unable to come in studio. So I crave the indulgence of listeners and viewers to forgive me for that. But once we were able to do it via Zoom, I think the information that we had to pass across got to listeners as intended. So by and large, nothing much was lost. But we'll try our best to come in studio as often as we can and do justice to the topics as we have been provided, and for the betterment of Ghana and the development that we are all yearning for. So today I am here to do justice, to ensure that Ghana develops from its current state, and I hope you will give me the ample time to, give cause why Ghanaians should vote out the competent MPP government, which Dr. Baumia, the flag bearer of MPP, is actively part of this government that has woefully disappointed Ghanaians and Ghana at large. So I wouldn't waste much time. I would just leave everything to you to set the ball rolling, so that I'll be given the opportunity to do justice to the topics.
Yeah, as usual, viewers and listeners, you have heard Mr. Charles Mensah, one of the communication members of the NDC Germany chapter. He has been instrumental in their communication team. I wonder why, and this issue, I don't know whether it's always right for me to say it, but I'll keep on saying it until the NDC change, okay? And I mean the NDC Germany chapter, they really change. I don't know why they are always putting Charles on the chopping board. He's the face of NDC when it comes to.
I think that is
Charles,
our party. That is our party issue. So we leave it to
I'm not asking you to defend your party.
No,
let me share my opinion.
It's
because
a party decision.
it's discouraging.
Yes,
it's discouraging
yes. You are entitled to your opinion, but the party has taken a decision, and I think
okay. You should represent them on every platform.
Not every platform.
Okay.
On platforms that are credible enough and has the potential of sending the good message that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Charles, who is your communication officer?
In Germany.
Yes, in
Hamburg,
Germany. In Germany.
Oh, Ima.
Mr. Emmanuel.
Yes,
yeah, so please tell Mr. Emmanuel that, okay, I want to get him in studio or even via Zoom, okay, so that we can have an interaction. As a communication officer of the leading opposition party in Germany, okay, it would be nice that we also engage him to hear his side.
Sure, you'll be very glad to be here.
Yes.
He's in Bremen.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He can join via Zoom.
That's what I'm saying. It will be very glad for him.
And that of Hamburg, who is he?
Hamburg, currently I'm the one holding forth because our officer is indisposed, and yes, and for that matter, I've been appointed to hold the fort until further notice.
When was this appointment? And Charles, you never even told us.
That was somewhere last year.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes,
and we've been here with you for the entire year, but I never mentioned it.
I didn't deem it necessary to, inform you. That is why you have not been informed.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, but I hope the NDC would actually change that style of communication, because I feel you're always on the chopping board too much, and
that is
not
house matter.
That's your house matter.
Yes, the Wufiasam. If you
I hear
recall.
you. Charles, before we go into the main issues, okay,
Yeah.
I just want us to, it is something I wanted to talk about though, but I felt that let me hold that one. But since Mr. Pong is not yet here, let's have this discussion. Charles, do you feel comfortable, okay, that our clergy, and when I say clergy here, I don't mean the pastoral clergy. I mean the general clergy as a body. So including the imams, the okonfo, and so that clergy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable?
Our spiritual leaders.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable, or is it right for them to be playing these political cards as we try to develop a nation?
Okay, thank you very much, Sita. Let me use this opportunity to extend my regards to the NDC in Hamburg and NDC in Germany at large. The NDC as a political party in Ghana. My second regards goes to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, wherever he is. He is on the campaign trail in the northern sector of Ghana. And for that matter, my regards goes to the hard work that he is putting into this campaign to ensure that victory becomes NDC's in 2024 general election. So kudos to the guys working tediously and tirelessly for the party back home in Ghana. To just begin with the submission, I would like to start from where you were, let me put it, you were lamenting about how Galamsey is destroying our lands. Yes, it's true, Galamsey is destroying our lands, and we are not going to rest until something is done about it. But I just want to chip in this. You know, you made mention of the fact that government doesn't own land when it comes to the land tenure system in Ghana. I think that is a bit inaccurate, simply because
Charles, you know, government doesn't own land in the sense that if government will get a land, or if government will own a land, they go to seek it, or they go procure it.
So this is how it is. If you look at the laws, our lands are divided into three. So you take the Lands Act 1036 2020 was the year in which this act was passed. And you also look at the 1992 Constitution, Chapter 21, the combined effect of the Lands Act and the Constitution. Yeah, it provides that three categories of persons own land. I mean, I'm not talking about individuals. Individuals can also own land, but under
can we call them classes or categories?
Yes, classes. So we have lands classified as government lands. Okay. That is, the state acquire these lands through compulsory acquisition and other means. Okay, so after acquiring it, it becomes the government's property, and the president holds it in trust for the people of Ghana. We also have family lands, and family lands are held by the head of the family in conjunction with the elders of the family, and that of stool land also held in trust for the people by the occupant of the stool. So that is a big clarification I just want to put across. Again, now back to your question. If you remind me on that, has to do with...
Yes, my question has to do with do you feel comfortable the way our religious leaders or clergy?
Yes, thank you very much. You see, ordinarily I would say that our clergymen or our spiritual leaders should not engage themselves in partisan politics. The word is partisan. Yeah. They should not engage themselves in partisan politics, but they can engage themselves in politics, because whatever we do in Ghana revolves around politics. Okay, but when you take a partisan stand, that is MPP or NDC or CPP, and for that matter, if one party which you are not affiliated to or inclined to their principles, you tend to see whatever they are doing as wrong, even though if they are doing something right, you tend to see it as wrong. That becomes very, very problematic for nation building, okay? Because if you are a pastor or a clergyman, or certainly you are leading people, all right, and those that you are leading might be in party A or party B. So if you take a stance in terms of the political divide, then you are patching yourself against one sect of people in your church. And if you do that, it brings, disunity among church members, because they will see themselves as, oh, pastor, you're my party ni, or you're my party ni. This kind of, friction will then be entertained in the church, and it doesn't augur well for our development as a nation, because the church is a critical player in our developmental agenda. If you know the kind of investment or the kind of developmental project the church, the spiritual or the religious bodies have embarked on over the years. Some have universities, some have clinics, hospital, all these developmental projects. Some were initiated and done by the pastors, or the religious bodies. So I see them as active stakeholders in our quest for development. But when they engage in partisan politics, that is
identifying themselves to political parties.
That is where I find it's a bit problematic, because at that point you are unable to be fair to and just to national issues that borders on our developmental agenda. A critical example is, look, today we have to battle with Galamsey. By virtue of this partisan nature of the religious bodies, the partisan stance some of the religious bodies have adopted, makes it very difficult for them to even come out to say what is going on is wrong or is right. Okay.
Yeah, true.
Just yesterday also I heard about the Catholic Bishop Conference seeking to embark on a protest, not a demonstration, a protest against Galamsey. And if you read some of the comments attributed to the story, some of the comments that came after the story broke up, you realize that some people see these people as being part of a particular political party and that they are pushing their political agenda. But if in reality, if they are pushing their political agenda, in reality what they are fighting for is a good cause. But because of the partisan stance they have taken over the years, they are not getting the needed support that ordinarily they should have gotten. Okay? And it is something that we all have to speak against, and we all have to call pastors or clergymen who engage themselves in partisan politics, because the position they occupy in society is one that people look up to them, and for that matter, they ought to present a particular face that they can put people together and not to divide people.
And here's the case: they are not doing that.
Yes, so
because when you listen to the commentary that is going on for the past 1 week, okay, you can see how the politicians are juggling with these religious bodies, or will I say rather the vice versa, and honestly, I don't feel comfortable about it.
Yes, I think, you see, over the years, I would say pastors or the clergymen or our spiritual leaders have enjoyed.
Yeah.
They have enjoyed some sort of immunity. You know, we are unable to touch them because the Bible says, "Touch not my anointed hair." So we are unable to call them out, even if they go contrary to what is expected of them. But I think going forward, I think it is important we call pastors out so that the kind of things that they are doing, some of them, which are very, very awkward, they will, backtrack from that path and focus on the work of the Lord and ensure that, because they are the moral voice of society. So if we lose that critical moral voice of society, then you should just imagine the kind of society we'll be having some 10 to 20 years to come. All right, already our society is decaying, okay, with all manner of social vices, and it is the church that preaches morality into the people. So if the church, which is supposed to preach morality to the people, for the people to reform from their bad ways, is seen as engaging in acts that is contrary to morality, then certainly if you preach to somebody to defrain from whatever he's doing, such a person is not going to do it. So I think it is high time we call
let's
them
narrow
out.
it down. Yes, let's narrow it down to one of them. Okay.
Okay.
And his church members should please bear with me, but I need to do this.
I don't think it is fair to mention a particular pastor's name or a particular church name.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Then I'll hold it, because
I don't
his
think it's
issue
fair.
has been talk of town. All right,
Very well.
and I felt that like nobody has the right to judge him.
Sure.
That is my opinion, because
Yes.
despite the fact that he's a religious leader, he's also a Ghanaian. And politics is not all about sticking to one political party or one side forever.
No.
If he feels that, okay, now he doesn't go with your policies, he's free. He has liberty to join any other person he
Yes,
feels like.
Alan Chairman Honorable was a key member of this
Exactly, of this ruling party. But he opted out
that,
and said, okay, he doesn't align with the
things that
current.
the kind
Exactly.
of mismanagement
Yes.
and the corruption that
Charles, that is up to you to say, because Okon is not here.
He has made
Yeah,
it
so
abundantly
I
clear.
would do this, okay. Pastor Owusu Bempa, okay, he has been on the chopping board of a lot of people, both the MPP and DC. Okay, calling him a bootlicker, calling him a hypocrite, calling him skimping, and all sorts of names. And actually, I don't feel comfortable about that, in a sense that, okay, look, before MPP and DC, he's a Ghanaian.
Yes.
Okay, he has a congregation, but he's also a Ghanaian. He leans towards one of them. So if he decides that, okay, I'm not even going to lean towards anybody, but I'm going to go towards policies that he feels that would help the country. And he was with you, the MPP, okay, 2016 till when whatever happened, then he decides to go with the NDC. What's wrong with that?
Yes.
Even Charles, and even for the record, okay, I haven't heard him say anywhere that he has moved to the NDC. He was only talking in the spiritual realm.
Yeah, that is what I was even coming
and I don't get it.
It's high time some Ghanaians, and in particular some of my MPP friends, learn how to tolerate dissenting views. Okay. I know it is difficult to be criticized, especially negatively. Okay. But our MPP friends should take it upon themselves to learn how to tolerate dissenting views. When President Mahama was in government, Reverend Owusu Bempa, okay, was on his neck, calling for better policies that, in his view, will salvage the sufferings Ghanaians were going through at the time. So he was on the neck of the president. Some of us felt that he was being too harsh on the president, and he wasn't abreast with what was going on. Okay, so we might ignorantly or inadvertently attack him. Okay, but on hindsight, we have seen that if somebody disagrees with you on one or two issues, it is not in totality that the person hates you. Or at least you need to give the person the opportunity to, explain himself why he thinks what you are doing is wrong or right. And you also have the opportunity to explain yourself.
Yeah.
So if you recall, there was a program that he himself, that is aftermath of His Excellency John Dramani Mahamad's presidency. There was a program that both of them had the opportunity to be in the same or be at the same program. And when he was about to leave, he tried to handshake or greet former president. Former president's bodyguard sought to prevent him. But former President Mahama asked the bodyguard to stop it and allow the man in. So it was upon these engagements that His Excellency explained certain things to Reverend Owusu Bempah, and he then understood what was going on.
That's fine.
So when he understood what was actually going on, he realized that, all the criticisms that he was labeling against the president, some was actuated by misinformation or inaccurate data. Okay. But we know for a fact that Owusu Bempah is publicly known as a friend to His Excellency President Akufo-Addo. Okay. Yes. So whatever he says, sometimes we attribute it to the fact that because he is an MPP man or he is a friend to the president, then he is being partisan. Now he is in a position to compare these two regimes. Okay, he is in a position to compare these two regimes: the regime of my friend, that is, or the regime of his friend, and the regime of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And he has realized that the regime of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is far better than the regime of his friend Danko Akufo-Addo. And he coming out to espouse that difference, the MPP folks see him as somebody who is bitter and has switched camp to the NDC. There is no way where in the annals of the scheme of things that Owusu Bempah Reverend has shifted camp to the NDC. So I will crave the indulgence of my fellow MPP guys to, accept that not everybody may share the same sentiment or the same views with you as a political party. So if you have people, having dissenting views, it is appropriate that you tolerate them.
That's fine.
Just but the way they started attacking Alan Kojo Chemantin when he exited from the party. For Alan Kojo
Chemantin, for him,
national development.
Yeah, for him, I think he was just being too pathetic.
Yes, but at least it doesn't warrant.
Anyway,
that
Charles. Yeah. Let me start this way, or let's go this way. Your party went to IPAC.
Yeah, that is true.
With other political parties to discuss the voter register. And I'm using the word discuss, not to demand for any distance. I'm using the word discuss to discuss the voter register and matters of elections. And from the videos we are seeing that are circulating through social media, it seems the NDC was embarrassed totally and was ganged against by all other political parties or stakeholders when it comes to elections 2024. Why is it that your director of elections didn't make, should I call it, an effective research, or was not patient enough to see the progress of elections or the process of elections? Because I believe very well that, okay, if it was somebody like Johnson Asiedu Nketia, okay, he would have been very strategic with his demands and also with his processes, because the man knows everything about elections and knows very well that there will be exhibition and you challenge and stuff like that. And what happened, Charles?
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity once again. The NDC was never embarrassed.
Okay. But I saw if you don't
these smaller parties over the years, they have been irrelevant in our body politics.
Charles, you say irrelevant.
They have been very, very irrelevant. And
Charles, don't say that.
I repeat my words. They have been very, very irrelevant. Even if you put all the smaller parties together, okay, ever since we started the 1992 Constitution, the Fourth Republic, put them together, they have not even garnered 5% of our total votes, valid vote. Know that?
Yeah, true.
Good.
Yeah.
So if about 20 or more political parties put together, you cannot garner mere 5% of the total valid vote, then what is your relevance in the scheme of things? And one pathetic
5%.
thing. Yes,
that's irrelevant.
They have not been able to. So
and they also turn out policies, or they come out with policies that some of these bigger political parties later adopt.
Forget about that.
Okay.
But I'm talking about your involved or your relevance in the scheme of things when it comes to winning an election or gaining some grounds. Okay, they have not even garnered 5% before, all smaller parties put together. Now, one funny thing that LPG Kofi Akpaloo made statement, one funny statement that he made, which he ended up embarrassing himself, was to the fact that we in the NDC have indicated we have identified over 50,000 dead names or dead people's name in the register.
Yeah.
And he came out with some mathematics to the effect that if you take the entire register, we have about 18 million people. Yeah. And if you do the mathematics, 18 people and 50,000 people is very immaterial. Okay, he said you use the word immaterial, and for that matter, you wouldn't have any auditor auditing the register because the number is very, very immaterial. But when he went for the elections, he got about 3,000, not even 4,000. Okay, so
that wasn't up to the number of the dead people that are on the register.
Somebody like that should be interested in the number of persons who come onto the register. Okay, you had only 3,000, and we are talking about 50,000, and you are dispelling it. So I wouldn't be surprised if in this election he gets about 1,000, because he doesn't really appreciate that in politics numbers count. And if he doesn't appreciate that, we will put him aside. As for Ikuadoko, you know the kind of things that she will say on a normal day. So we weren't surprised. But one thing that I will forcefully made here is that the NDC came out from that meeting very, very chest out, because
chest out.
Yes, because all our demands, the 5 points that we tabled in our petition, the EC admitted to 3. Okay, the EC admitted to 3. That is, I'll give you details of that. We raised 5 points. The EC admitted to 3, remaining 2. And 1, the EC claims that he doesn't understand what we mean by there was no pathway of the transfers. Okay, that was the point that they said they don't understand. And the diseased persons on the register, we even watered it down, because we know that diseased people cannot come from their graves to come and vote. But people,
so you knew that?
Yeah, we know that. But people exploit that avenue. Okay.
How?
Yes. You see, if you have not been identified as a dead person, I'm not saying you. If you have not been identified as a dead person on the register, but people behind know that you are dead, they can exploit that avenue. You know, we have twins. Okay, so if one is gone and these are identical twins, the other person can use the card to go and vote. Okay, yes, it is possible. You know, we are in a country of possibilities. Yes.
So that is why the MPP is telling you that it is possible.
Yes, so that is why we are matching them for boot. Okay, because we know that we are in a country of possibilities. If we are not in a country of possibilities, how come the Pusika district officer was able to transfer votes without the presence of the voters? So we are in a country of possibility. So we don't leave anything to chance. Okay? That is why we raise the issues that when you gave us the register, these are the anomalies that we identified with the register. And we think the anomalies are coming from your outfits. You were unable to identify those anomalies. We had to, it took the NDC to identify these challenges.
But they never brought it to
Yes, we brought these anomalies to your attention. And even initially, you denied of having these challenges in the first place. For example, the Pusiga issue. Okay, we brought it up. The EC denied it, that it wasn't true. Later on, when they went into their system and they realized that it was true, they suspended the man. Okay, all the issues that we brought it up, you admitted 3 and said 1 you don't know. Okay, we raised the issue of corrupted files. Didn't we raise issue of corrupted files? Over 1,000 corrupted files. They admitted yes, and they even indicated in their presentation that they are going to create what we call missing register. But if you look at the laws governing our election, there is nothing called missing register. But they feel like administratively, by virtue of technological lapses and deficiencies, they are going to create that kind of register. We say fine, yes, because we want everybody to have the right to vote. We will accept the fact that create the missing register to allow these corrupted file people to also have the opportunity to vote. So if you just oppose our demands to that of the MPP's demand in 2015 or 2014 thereabout, you realize that we made a solid case, for which reason the EC admitted. If you really watch the proceedings keenly, you realize that the EC admitted culpability. One, they admitted that over 243,000 transfers that took place in 2023
so can I come in here?
Added to the 2024
Can I come in here?
transfer
Do you know that
list.
some of these challenges that, or some of these grievances that the NDC was presenting to the EC was too early in the morning, too early, okay, for the EC to take action. In a sense that
the forensic audit
that you are requesting for.
Yes.
No, put that one aside. I mean, some of the grievances and the what do you call it? The challenges you saw in the voter register. Okay, instead of you to submit it, then the EC works on it or doesn't work on it. Okay, then you can have a case. You identify something, you don't submit it to the right quarters for redress, and start making so much noise about it. And Charles, let me learn.
Yes,
let me learn. Then, okay, this EC has been following you. And other political parties are saying that, look, if you have identified 250 something, all right, bring it forth. Then let's look at it, make the corrections, and present it back to you. Which naturally, you and I know that is one of the reasons why we have these exhibitions, isn't it? So, the first exhibition was not yet given out yet. And yes, and this concern started coming up.
The first exhibition?
Yes. The first exhibited voter register hadn't come out yet. Then Dr. Omani Boama started raising these concerns. Let me learn, Charles, please.
You don't have time.
Yes, we have all the time, because I think you just be the person to be doing all this talking. Okay. Omani Boama raised these concerns, before even the exhibition started. Okay.
That is inaccurate.
It is accurate. It is accurate.
We got the register on the 19th. The exhibition was on the 20th. So how could we have done that?
No.
We got this. I'm telling you when we got the register.
Charles.
We got the provisional register on 19th August. This is a fact that I'm telling you. Yes, we got it 19th and the exhibition was on 20th.
Charles, your office told you that they got it on the 19th,
yes.
Right? But that is not the communication of the EC.
So if you post a document to somebody on 13th and the person receives it on 20th, would the person say I received it on 13th or I received it on the 20th?
Charles,
I am telling you when we received the register.
Did you just listen to yourself?
You know what? You know
Charles,
what?
wait. So just listen to yourself, okay? If I sent you a document,
Yes.
let's say today, all right, and you don't see it,
Yes.
all right, and you see it tomorrow, you cannot tell me that I sent you that thing today because you didn't see it. You saw it tomorrow. So how can you do that?
Very well. If that is your
No, I sent it to
but
you
what
today.
I'm just trying to tell you is that the
You-
EC,
so wait.
the EC promised NDC
Oh my God.
of giving this provisional register in July. Okay, they promised giving the provisional register in July. They failed, and even in September, they provided because they requested for a hard drive to
Charles,
to
what I
pay
just
them.
want you to understand is that, okay, let's not drag this issue. What I want you to understand, and probably give me reasons to why you people took those steps, all right? Maybe it could be that you wanted to prompt them earlier. My question is, wait.
You
Charles,
do
my
yourself
question is
good
that
if you admit or accept the fact that we got the register on 19th. I'm being emphatic here because
No, Charles. Charles,
the
when you are
General
talking, I just keep quiet.
Yes,
So
because I just
let
want
me-
you to get that clear.
No, listen.
So when do
My
you think
question
we
is
got the
that-
register? I'm telling you when we got the register.
Charles, like you rightly stated here, the register was sent, okay, to all political parties on the 13th. You said it here, right, yourself?
No, I'm saying that we got it the 19th.
But
And
the register
exhibition-
was sent
The exhibition was on 20th.
20th. But that register, okay, from what we are getting from the EC, was sent earlier than the 19th. You said you got it.
Then they should tell us where they send it.
Isn't it? So that not even withstanding. Now, just let me ask my question. If even you got it on the 19th, all right, then the exhibition was 20th.
Yes, the next
Okay,
day.
the next day. So you used, or your political party used just a day.
No, we couldn't. We couldn't
Okay.
have used a day
So then-
to raise the challenges. So it was within the
exhibition.
process of the exhibition that we started raising the issue.
That still brings me to my question, Charles. What is the essence of the exhibition?
One, the essence of the exhibition is to identify anomalies.
Anomalies.
The anomalies that individual voters may encounter.
And political parties.
No, the exhibition is not done for political parties.
Then why did they give you a register?
Okay.
Why did they give you the register?
We are a stakeholder in the
Exactly.
enterprise.
Exactly.
But when they do the exhibition, we don't go and say I am NDC, so I'm coming to check NDC.
No, you don't do
go
that.
individually.
You don't do that.
No, at that material time, when you go for the checking of your names and your details, you go as an individual or as a private person. You go and check your details on the voters register. Okay, at that material time, they don't ask which party or political party you belongs to. All right. Now, when they go and they realize that their names are correctly spelled, their police station, everything is okay, and they feel like nothing is wrong with their data, they leave. If they go and they find discrepancies in their data, they raise these issues and the EC captures it on a form and later do the corrections.
Yeah.
Right. But they don't use the system or the how do you call the
exhibition
process to identify illegal transfers.
No.
Hold on.
Wait.
So
wait,
if you
wait,
if
Charles,
you're talking about,
don't limit it. My question is not limited to illegal transfers or transfers.
your question has to do with the
General.
essence of exhibition.
Because okay, I believe strongly that okay, your political party, and I mean the NDC, knew very well that okay, the register they gave you, either they gave it to you on the 13th, 15th, or even the 20th, all right, was not the final voter register.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But then there would be an exhibition.
Yes.
Not once. Okay.
It's-
Probably.
the
No, I'm
exhibition
just
is
using
done
the word
only
probably.
once.
I just said probably. Okay. Probably not once. Okay. So that individuals, okay,
Yes.
and also political parties who are stakeholders, like you rightly mentioned, okay, of the election, can go through it, identify what anomalies, and what
Raise it.
raise it
Yes.
to them
Yes.
or submit it to the EC.
Yes.
That I have seen this, I have seen that, I have seen that.
Yes.
Can we do something about it?
Yes.
Isn't
So
it?
that is
so
exactly
in this
what we
case,
did.
no. That was
When
not
we
exactly
saw
what
the
you did.
issues,
What that was what did you
when
do?
we saw the issues,
yes, what did you do?
we raised them, and the EC gave us an opportunity to what? Expatiate on the issues.
So, and
that
when you went to the IPAC, what happened?
No, hold
because
on, hold on,
most
hold
of
on.
your things, like you
let's
actually said, were
it
shut
one-
down.
Let's take it one after the other.
We are.
When we were given the register, because we had a limited time frame, we went through and identified some anomalies. We raised them, and the EC initially was justifying our position to the effect that we were raising non-existence issues. We petitioned them. No, we initially wrote to them. They gave us the opportunity to.
No, you went. You hit the street before writing to them.
No.
Charles.
No. I'm giving you how things. I'm giving you chronological of events.
Okay. From your office, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
listeners, please listen to Charles Mensah. Okay,
Yeah.
he's giving us, like, let's say,
the
step by step, and
exactly.
yes, and
Yes.
date, like, minute by minute report of
Yes.
their what I call it, their disagreement
Yes.
with the EC.
So
okay.
when we met them, when we identified the problems or the challenges, initially they were denying those challenges, and we were hammering on it. The EC gave us the opportunity to come and show them where the challenges are. So at that particular time, it was only NDC that went to meet the commission. Now, when we met the commission and we presented our issues to them, the commission told us that, the issues that we are raising, they have also identified them and they have rectified those challenges. Then we told the EC that, well, if you have identified them and corrected them, then we will be glad if you can give us a copy of the corrected version. The EC promise of giving us, but never honored that promise.
So the EC never gave you a corrected version?
Today they have not.
Till date?
Yeah, so when we went to present, when the chairman of the party went to present our flag bearers nomination, after the presentation, the national chairman made the declaration that we are going to hit the streets on 17th September because the EC claims they have corrected the anomalies, and we were demanding for the corrected version, but we have not been given. Moreover, we have raised issue of mistrust. Okay, so if you have corrected it and you are not giving us, you are waiting for the last minute or the 11th hour to give us the register, which we cannot do anything about it. So we were of the view that they should have acted earlier, but today they have not. So we hit the streets subsequently.
So when you went to the IPAC, what did you?
I'm coming.
Okay.
We hit the street and we petitioned the EC offices across the regions and also petitioned the head office. So the Electoral Commission then saw the need to organize an emergency IPAC meeting because after the petition, they were not even responding. So we had to write a follow-up letter demanding for answers. So after that letter, the EC responded to our petition, claiming that the issues that we have raised, they have addressed all these issues. Fast forward, then they issued a communique to the effect that by virtue of the issues that we have raised, they were going to hold an emergency IPAC meeting.
Yeah.
So the IPAC meeting that was held recently was to address the issues that NDC raised. At the IPAC meeting. So if you recall, initially Kofi Akpaloo indicated that we had raised an issue, and if the EC had finished its presentation, at least they should have given us the opportunity first to, also rebut or accept whatever.
Whether what you have brought to them was really addressed or not. Okay.
Then the EC said, "Oh no, this is we are telling you what we have done, so it is just a matter of comment, questions, and blah blah blah. Let's move on." Okay, so during the presentation, the EC's presentation, the issues that we raised was what they addressed one after the other. Okay, and the EC admitted to 3 of the issues that we raised. Okay, they admitted that these were challenges with the system and they have corrected them. Okay, so if I have raised 5 issues and you have admitted culpability of 3, and in your own view you have corrected them, then what is the case again? Because whatever I'm looking for, you have done it. Now, the two remaining issues, one, the EC indicated that it was unclear to them, and for that matter, they will need a clarification on that, which has to do with the path of, the path of the transfers that took place. Because if you transfer from police station A to police station B, the path is what? A to B. Okay, but this number of transfers that we identified did not show where these guys or these transferees are coming from. So we said we do not know the path through which this transfer was done. And even in the presentation, the EC could not, come out with the path in which these people came from. Then the 5th point, which has to do with sorry, the 5th point, which has to do with the dead names on the register. We even watered it down because we know that in essence, dead people cannot vote unless that loophole is sealed. We know that some people can exploit that avenue to, maneuver their way out. So had it not been the NDC, we wouldn't have had the EC knowing that there is a corrupted file, for which reason they are going to create this missing names register. If not for the NDC, we would be having over 500,000 transfer voter list, because they added the previous transfer voter list to the current transfer voter list. Okay, that is the 243,000 names transferees are transfers done in 2023, the previous year, and for that matter, they ought not to be part of the current transfer list, that's the 2024 transfer list, because when you transfer, you become part of the new the new police station voter list. Okay, so there's no need for your name to be added to the any other transfer list, because you have already transferred your
so
vote.
where you have
so let me land on that. So
okay.
we, in the view of the NDC, we were vindicated, and we realized that once the EC has indicated, and through the presentation they admitted having corrected those challenges. So they promised that in 1 week time they will give us the corrected version of the provisional register. So subsequent to that, we issued a communique, okay, and said yes, the EC has indicated that they have corrected the register and they are going to give us a provisional register. So our demand for the forensic audit of the voter register was dropped. Okay, but in the presentation of the IT director at the commission, we realized that our IT system, or the EC's IT system, has a lot of vulnerabilities. Okay, which vulnerabilities people can exploit to manipulate the outcome of the.
Charles,
that is why we have not backed down on our demand for the forensic audit of the IT system.
Yeah, but I don't think the forensic audit you are calling for, you might be getting it. Looking at
fair enough, that is our demand.
Yeah,
if they are not going to grant that demand, yes. But we have indicated that the vulnerabilities that we have recognized in the system should not inure to the benefit of any political party. If it inures to the benefit of any political party, that is where the misunderstanding will start from. And we are not.
And Charles,
willing,
so have you landed? You said I should allow you to land before.
We don't wish for that.
Okay, so yes, but with even your closing, your very closing remarks, your last 30 seconds, you just dropped. Okay, it seems now the NDC is changing their stand, because yes, and I'm using the phrase "it seems." If I'm wrong, then you correct me. Okay, at first, the communication was more or less like the EC is doing that deliberately to favor the ruling party.
Yes.
Okay. But if before the IPAC meeting, okay, or after the IPAC meeting rather, yes, after the IPAC meeting, I realized that the communication is not what it used to be, as in the EC favoring one political party, but the EC, okay, being slow, okay, that is how I say it, being slow with its one, its processes, two, and also its way of communicating. Okay, slow in the sense that, like you rightly said, some of these grievances, all right, are there. Okay, the EC could have worked on it earlier, okay, but it had to take the NDC to push them to do it.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's why we weren't embarrassed.
No, that's I beg to differ. Okay.
We were embarrassed.
Kind of.
How?
Charles, so let me take a quick break, and then when we come back, you tell me whether you're embarrassed or not embarrassed, because if Equiadonko took you people on your destiny, on your toes, and told you people that he used the word Adanamuya Nyachum.
We were serious.
Yes, Charles. Charles. Yeah, so welcome back.
Thank
and my viewers, welcome back, and listeners too. Okay. Charles was telling me that his party was not embarrassed, but Charles, most of us watched the proceedings and I think it was the NDC that called for a live stream of it. Yeah, that one I would say kudos to you.
Yes,
okay,
and
it gives a lot of transparency as to what happened at the iPad, and I'm very happy for that one. I give you a thumbs up. It's good. And that is what I talk, like I always talk about politics. You see, when we all agree and we do some of these things, then it brings transparency and nation development at large. Okay. But don't worry. Yes. So like I said, we all saw the videos on how your party was virtually quiet that day, and they left the hall very, like, looking very miserable.
I am finding it so difficult to
because people like is it Kofi Akpalu or is it Kofi Akpalu? Kofi. Okay. Yes. Had the bold nerve to address the NDC.
Forget about this.
And
that is why I thought I've said they are irrelevant to our cause.
No, but they are a political party.
And they are I'm saying they are irrelevant to our
but
you
they
are
a political party,
but you are irrelevant to me.
And they are a stakeholder.
And you are irrelevant to me. Yes.
Okay.
Because the 3,000 vote that you got.
Anyway.
The 3,000 vote that you got. I don't need it to survive.
Charles.
Okay? You are irrelevant to me. So I'm focusing on the relevant things.
Anyway.
Now, we had issues. So the EC has indicated that they have solved those issues. I should be happy.
So you are happy now?
Yes, we are happy.
So let me ask you a question. Then let me ask you this direct question, Charles. Okay, so then we can move forward. Okay. So as of today, okay?
Yes.
Is the NDC comfortable with the activities of the EC?
In terms of the register?
Yes, let me say that.
If
aside the register, currently, do you have any other grievances you are holding with the EC?
Yes.
Which is?
So two questions.
Yeah.
One, are we satisfied with the EC in terms of the register?
Yeah.
Yes, we are satisfied with the EC with respect to the register.
Okay.
Based on what they have said. And based on what they presented at the IPAC meeting.
Okay.
They have promised to give us the corrected. So if it wasn't challenged, why would you correct it?
But they would have done it.
What we are saying is, the mistake came from your outfit or came from your end. Okay? So we do not trust you to have the capacity to correct it. And you claim you have the capacity to correct it. Now, you are saying you have corrected it. Fine. And you are going to give us the corrected version in a week's time. So we are obliging them that, opportunity to give us the corrected version.
Yeah.
So when they give us the corrected version, the so-called corrected version, and we find another discrepancies, then we will realize that they don't have the capacity in actual sense.
So then my third question.
In respect of the voters register, currently we are satisfied with the EC and we are waiting for the.
So my second question:
version.
Are you satisfied in general?
Now, your second question has to do with the satisfied with the EC in general. In general, we are not satisfied with the EC because we think the IT system has a lot of vulnerabilities that people can exploit these vulnerabilities to their advantage and to the disadvantage of what NDC. What
Charles,
are some of the vulnerabilities?
Charles, do you remember very well that your party took government and EC on their toes that they were spending so much money on IT systems for the EC, and which was not relevant because we already had a verification.
No, system. That was in 2020.
Yes, that is what I mean.
2020, yes.
So if the EC listened to your complaint, all right, or your grievances in 2020, and decides that we want to improve upon all these things, the good NDC is submitting to us, and they are investing or they call for a bigger budget. The NDC comes again and make noise about the budget allocated to them, and today again. The NDC, you are indicating to me that you are not entirely satisfied with the activity.
IT system.
So then my final question, Charles. My final question. Okay. If the NDC should win the 2024 elections.
No, we are going to win. It's not a matter of sure. We are winning the elections.
With that same EC.
Fitch has confirmed it for the 10th time.
With that EC that you don't trust, with that voter register you don't trust, with that same voter register or EC you say they are in bed with the governing party.
Do you remember this famous saying by the venerable Azuma Nelson?
No, tell me.
I go to the ring with my own referee.
So you are going to the election with your own referee.
And our referee is what? Vigilance.
Yes.
So the EC can have all these machinations. The EC can have all these machinations going on. Because we know that the referee is not being the kind of referee that we are all anticipating. For that matter, we are going into the match with what? Our own referee. And our referee is what? Vigilance. That's what I can assure you. Because had it not been vigilance, we wouldn't have detected these anomalies, which the EC has admitted that truly it did happen. And as we have it on record today, the director for Pusiga district has been suspended. Who brought this issue up? Had it not been the NDC, this man would have been at post. And it is the act of this director gives a sense that all discerning Ghanaians should be worried of, because how could the man have access to the system at the comfort of his home or wherever to transfer people?
Was he not an EC officer?
Yes, but he's the district director. But the transfer system ought to be done in such a way that it is authorized from head office.
Okay.
Because the head office has to open the system for you to get
Charles,
access.
your closing remarks.
So my closing remarks has to do with the fact that come December 7, 2024, we are going to elect new set of leaders for Ghana, and for that matter, we ought to elect people who are selfless, people who have the country at heart, people who have the competence and experience to advance the cause of Ghana, because currently where we find ourselves, we don't think Ghana does not deserve any try and error person to come and take over the affair of the country, simply because just yesterday a report was released which indicates that our unemployment rate stands at 14.7%. Also, yesterday the finance minister indicated that now, after restructuring our over $13 billion, Ghana has returned to the capital market, meaning the idea of this government is to borrow, borrow, borrow. So they are happy to return to the capital market to continue borrowing. But you cannot borrow your way out in governance, okay? Sometimes you need to be prudent and manage the little that you have. Again, the finance minister is on record, and the Bank of Ghana, they are on record to have indicated that our current public debt portfolio as at June stands at 764 billion Ghana cedis.
Okay.
That shows that our country is in a deep mess, and we need an experienced and a decent and competent man in the person of John Dramani Mahama to come and salvage the situation. So I'm urging all Ghanaians to vote for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama come 7 December 2024.
That's fine. That's fine. The Charles Mensah of the NDC communication team Germany is urging all Ghanaians to come out and vote for John Dramani Mahama to be elected as President of the Republic of Ghana. Sorry for that. Yes. Let me go read comments. Then we wrap up here. Yes. Let me start from here. Yes. Dr. Amma says that she disagrees with me if I say that the lands belong to individuals, but those lands should be regulated so that people can stop this misbehavior.
And also, if you own a land, the law says that when you own a land, okay,
yeah,
and
the mineral is found on the state.
It
yes.
belongs to the state.
Yes.
So then the state will come in, compensate you for the land, and take over the
mineral.
Land.
Give
the mineral out to be mined. Or
good. So Caroline Osei says that, okay, powerful discussion and extends greetings to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Tizo says that, Mr. Host, let us know that you are an MPP. Yeah, he's saying that I should let them know that I am an MPP. Yes. Yes, for the record, okay, I'm somebody everybody knows that I am a strong will I say member of the New Patriotic Party. That cannot be ruled out, okay? But the point is that like I was talking about the clergy, okay? It is only in Ghana that people fail to be professional and be partisan at the same time, okay? Or to be involved in politics. All right. There is no human being living on earth today that doesn't belong or that doesn't lean towards one political party or one particular group or one particular idea. Everybody does, okay? But that doesn't mean that should prevent you from being professional when it comes to your work, okay? And I bet you I am professional when it comes to my work, okay? Good. Kwame Sechere comes to say that being a member of the MPP is not a crime, and also says that the NDC communicator seems to have lost his orientation. He's contradicting himself and expressing himself confidently. Okay. Then he says that I'm not surprised, he's an excellent propagandist. However, we aren't gullible to fall for his substandard submission. He comes back to say that winning elections, please wake up. MPP is breaking the 8. Bosu. Did you hear that?
Oh, man,
The MPP still would
yes,
bring the aid.
I mean,
Anyway.
everybody is entitled to his opinion.
Exactly.
Just like I am
Exactly.
getting my
Exactly.
opinion. Yes.
Exactly.
So
Yes,
if
so Charles.
if that is your opinion, yes, I will not forge you. But
Yes, so listeners, we will be having a very strong program, I think on the 19th of October. We are going to have a breakfast show in the studios here, and we will have a lot of guests and also resource persons. The NDC would have like 2 or 3 communicators, the MPP same, and the other political parties will also have same. So it is going to be more or less a serious discussion, a roundtable discussion within all the political parties and also stakeholders when it comes to the development of Ghana. So we entreat and we invite all of you, in fact, the TikTokers, the bloggers, and those who feel that they need that platform or they need that opportunity to talk about the development of Ghana. Please link up to my producer, Mr. Johnny, or myself, then we can add you to the guest or to the panel for discussion on the 19th breakfast show.
18th or 19th?
19th. It is on the 19th. Yes. So we'll end our program here today. And as usual, I will thank you all for listening, sharing, and also sending your contributions to the show. God bless you. And also grant us another Friday coming next week. I say bye-bye to you today.